First contact. Fallout. The bridge of the UEE's Defiance thrummed with quiet precision. Captain Maya Chen stood with her hands clasped behind her back, dark eyes locked on the endless black displayed across the central view screen. At 42, she had the air of a veteran who had seen enough war to appreciate peace, but enough peace to prepare for war. Her face, lined and marked by a thin scar on her right cheek, remained unreadable as she oversaw their patrol through the edge of known space. Status. Report Lieutenant Okafor, she said, her voice slicing clean through the low murmur of the bridge. Lieutenant Nandi Okafor glanced up from his console, fingers still flicking across glowing holographic panels. All systems green, Captain. We've completed our sweep of the Arcturus sector. Nothing out of the ordinary. He frowned, pausing at a new data stream. Wait. I'm picking up strange energy readings, coordinates 227 Mark 43. Maya stepped closer, leaning to inspect his display. Definitely artificial. 2. Uniform. Too exact, she straightened. Dr. Takahashi, analysis? Dr. Miyaru Takahashi, a slight woman with silver-threaded hair tied into a tight bun, worked her own console. It resembles a monitoring array, Captain. Very advanced. Not ours. The energy pattern aligns with quantum detection systems. Well, beyond our tech. Maya's expression tightened. For decades, humanity had spread fast among the stars, colonizing dozens of systems. But in all that time, no other intelligent life had been found. Until maybe now. How long's it been there? Hard to determine, Takahashi replied. But judging by dust layering, I'd estimate at least 18 months. Maya's jaw clenched. A year and a half, something had been observing them and they hadn't even known. Go to tactical alert, she ordered. Shields up, weapons on standby. Commander Alexander Vulov, her XO and tactical chief, reacted instantly. Red lighting swept over the bridge, and Maya sensed the faint thrum of shields activating. Should we destroy it? Vulov asked, his Russian accent thickening under pressure. Maya considered. Not yet. If they've been watching us, I want answers before we tip our hand. Captain, Okafor called sharply, we're seeing a huge energy spike from the array. Before Maya could reply, the screen flickered. Then an image replaced the stars. Silence fell. An alien figure now filled the view. Vaguely humanoid, its skin shimmered in shifting colors, and multiple vertical rows of eyes studied them from an angular face. When it spoke, its mouth stayed still. Light moved in intricate patterns across its skin. Humans of Earth vessel, the alien said, its voice musical with a metallic edge. I am Supreme Commander Zulvax of the Vorax Dominion. Your primitive ship has entered space belonging to the Dominion. Maya stepped forward. This is Captain Maya Chen of the United Earth ship Defiance. We were unaware of any such claim. We come in peace. Zulvax made a gesture, possibly dismissive. Peace is irrelevant. The Vorax Dominion has observed your kind. Your technology is troubling. Your biological resilience even more so. Maya stayed calm, despite the warning bells in her mind. We intend no harm, Commander Zulvax. We welcome diplomacy. Diplomacy is inefficient, Zulvax said. The Dominion Council has deemed your species a future threat. You will now surrender your vessel and transmit coordinates of all human colonies. Your kind will be moved to supervised habitats for controlled advancement. The bridge was still. Maya felt anger rise, cool and sharp. And if we refuse, the alien's skin shimmered in what could have been amusement. Then your ship will be annihilated as a warning. One by one, your colonies will follow. The choice, submission or extinction. The screen went black. They've cut the link, Okafor confirmed. Maya turned to her crew, reading fear and resolve in their eyes. Options? Vulov spoke first. Sensor data shows their tech outpaces ours by at least a century, Captain. If we engage directly, confrontation, we wouldn't survive a direct fight. Then we don't engage head-on, Maya said firmly. Dr. Takahashi, what do you make of their surveillance grid? The science officer had been analyzing non-stop. It's advanced but specific, meant to detect typical high-energy tech. Fusion drives, antimatter bursts, quantum comms, but there are blind spots. What kind of blind spots? Their sensors seem tuned to modern systems. Cruder tech might not even register to them. Maya's eyes narrowed, gears turning. Like ignoring a stone spear because you're wearing power armor. Exactly, Takahashi agreed. They're filtering threats based on their expectations. Maya turned to her comms specialist. Rivera, prep a tight beam quantum transmission to Earth Command. Full encryption. They need to know what we've found. It won't pass through, Takahashi warned. The Vorax will block quantum signals instantly. Then we go retro, Maya replied. Assemble a message drone. Use analog radio, low power, old, tech. Make it look like background static. While the crew moved quickly, Maya watched the star field on screen. Somewhere in that black, the Vorax were planning their next move. Chief Engineer Singh, she called over the comm. Singh here. Captain, how fast can you repurpose our shield emitters to fire a pinpoint EMP? A pause. An electromagnetic pulse? That's ancient, Captain. Practically outdated. Exactly. And old tech might be the one thing they didn't guard against. Realization. Crept into Singh's voice. I'll need 3 hours to reroute systems without dropping the shields. You've got 2. The next hour and a half passed in strained preparation. The message drone launched away from the likely Vorax approach vector, humming along with a silent warning in dusty radio waves. Meanwhile, the Defiance braced for a fight against overwhelming odds. Multiple vessels inbound, Okafor called. Out. Unknown configuration, but energy profiles match the array. On screen. Maya turned toward the view. 5 alien ships, each triple the Defiance's size, approached with liquid grace. Their hulls rippled, morphing into sleek, combat-ready shapes. They're scanning us now, Takahashi reported. Deep scans, reaching through the hull. Activate defense protocol. Theta 9, Maya ordered. All across the ship, personnel. Began executing a risky deception. Systems powered down to minimum. Weapons appeared offline. To Vorax sensors, the Defiance would look like it was breaking apart. They're slowing down, Okafor noted. Looks like they think we're malfunctioning. Perfect, Maya said coldly. Let them think we're helpless. EMP's ready, Captain, Singh's voice came through. But it's a one-shot play. They'll adjust fast. Then, we won't miss. Suddenly, the comm crackled. Zulvax's voice echoed through the bridge. Human vessel, your failing systems reflect your inadequacy. Prepare to be boarded. Maya gave a small, sharp smile. Now, Singh. The Defiance gave a subtle jolt as the emitters released a focused EMP blast. It struck the lead Vorax ship dead center. At first, nothing. Then, its flowing hull locked, mid-shift. Lights dimmed. Motion stopped. Direct hit, Vulov confirmed, stunned. They're dead in the water. All power to engines, Maya ordered. Get us alongside. Assemble boarding teams. The crew stared in disbelief. Captain? Vulov said. They expected surrender, or destruction, Maya answered. They didn't expect resistance, and they never expected us to board them. She stood tall, adjusting her uniform. I'm leading the team. Vulov, you have the bridge. As Maya strode to the turbolift, she felt the gravity of the step she was taking. Humanity's first contact was now a war. Humanity's first encounter with alien life was on the verge of becoming its first interstellar war. The Vorax had left no room for peace. In the shuttle bay, Maya addressed the boarding party. Today, we fight not only for ourselves, but for every human outpost, every colony, and Earth. The Vorax think we're backward, weak. Let's show them what desperation and determination can do. Her team, soldiers, engineers, scientists, responded with grim nods. "Remember," Maya added, "our mission is intel. Learn their tech, find their flaws. Disable, don't kill, unless there's no other option." As the boarding shuttles launched toward the disabled Vorax ship, Maya felt the weight of uncertainty. Humanity hadn't been ready, but ready or not, first contact had happened and turned deadly. The Vorax had made a fatal mistake. They'd dismissed humans as beneath them. They spoke of extinction without understanding that even the most underestimated life forms can fight with savage resolve when cornered. And humans were anything but primitive. Approaching the alien craft, Maya knew this was only the beginning. The Vorax believed they were facing a weak, undeveloped species, one that would crumble under pressure. They were wrong. The human response. The boarding shuttle clamped onto the alien ship with a hollow metallic impact. Maya checked her sidearm, a plasma pistol. One last time, then gave the nod. The airlock cycled open. A curved hallway stretched ahead, walls faintly glowing with organic light. "Atmosphere's breathable," Takahashi confirmed. "Gravity's slightly above Earth norm." Maya stepped forward, instantly struck by the feeling beneath her boots, like walking on dense, spongy moss. "Eyes sharp," she ordered. "Singh, start a systems sweep. If we can control this ship, I want to know how." Chief Engineer Singh, compact and perpetually frowning, knelt beside an access port. "This isn't like anything we know," she muttered. "Not mechanical, it's biotech, interfaced with quantum computing." They advanced carefully. Resistance was light. The few Vorax they encountered seemed dazed, skin patterns flickering dimly. Evidently, the EMP had disrupted more than just their systems. "Captain," Takahashi called softly. She pointed to a chamber ahead. "This appears to be their command center." Inside, a crystalline pillar stood at the room's heart, surrounded by consoles that looked grown rather than assembled. Slumped. At them were several Vorax. One stood tall, larger, more commanding. Its skin bore a distinct iridescent pattern, Supreme Commander Zulvax. Unlike the others, Zulvax seemed partially recovered. Its multiple eyes tracked Maya as she entered. "Impossible," it rasped. Its speech was now a series of clicks and tones imperfectly translated. "Primitive tools cannot disrupt Vorax systems." Maya approached, weapon ready but not raised. "That's your mistake, Commander. You thought primitive meant powerless. Even a spear can kill if it hits the right spot." Takahashi was already interfacing with a console. "Captain, I'm in their database. The data's both fascinating and terrifying." "Explain," Maya said, never breaking eye contact with Zulvax. "They've done this before," Takahashi replied, voice tight. "At least 7 species, some at our level, some more advanced, all deemed threats, all relocated." A slow anger burned in Maya's chest. "Relocated where?" Takahashi's face paled. "Contained environments, habitats, basically zoos, populations controlled, technological growth suppressed." Zulvax's skin shimmered with what Maya now recognized as disdain. "All inferior species must be governed. It is the natural order. The strong must guide the weak." "We reject that doctrine," Maya replied coldly. "We've learned through history that collaboration is stronger than conquest." "Naive," Zulvax sneered. "Your resistance is temporary. Our fleet will recover. Your species will submit." Before Maya could reply, her communicator chimed. Vulov's voice broke through, urgent. "Captain, the other Vorax ships are coming back online. Their systems are adapting. We've got maybe 5 minutes. Tops. Extraction and escalation. Operational. Understood. Prepare for immediate extraction," Maya ordered. She turned to her team. "Finish collecting whatever intelligence you can. We're leaving in 3 minutes." Chief Engineer Singh glanced up from a glowing conduit in the propulsion chamber. "Captain, I think I've cracked it." Their drives don't just move through space, they fold it using quantum entanglement. If we can't take the ship, take the knowledge, Maya said. Download everything. Earth's going to need every edge we can provide. As the team scrambled to complete their objectives, Maya's focus returned to Zulvax. The alien commander was recovering, movements becoming more fluid, skin regaining its eerie shimmer. You cannot win this conflict, Zulvax intoned. The Dominion spans hundreds of star systems. Your planet, your few colonies, insignificant. Maya's smile was cold. You still don't understand humanity, Commander. We've fought impossible wars before. It's kind of our specialty. Zulvax's skin pulsed in what resembled confusion. Your species is illogical. You should evaluate outcomes and submit when odds are low. That's not how we're wired, Maya replied. When humans face overwhelming odds, we don't surrender. We improvise. We adapt. We find a way. Takahashi returned, her equipment humming with stored data. Captain, we have what we came for. We need to move. Now. Maya backed toward the corridor, her weapon still trained on Zulvax. This isn't over, Commander, not by a long shot. A tactical retreat. The return to the Defiance was tense but unopposed. As the airlock sealed behind them, Maya gave her next command. Immediate withdrawal, maximum speed. She strode back to the bridge and dropped into the captain's chair. Lieutenant Okafor, get us out of their sensor net. Vorax ships are powering weapons, Vulov warned. We'll be in range in 30 seconds. Maya leaned forward. Dr. Takahashi, anything in that data dump we can use right now? Already at her station, Takahashi scanned the files. Yes, Captain. I found the frequency their shields operate on. If we retune our phasers to match, we might punch through. Dao. Maya snapped. The Defiance shuddered as the first energy beam from a Vorax vessel clipped their shields. Shields down to 72%, Vulov reported. Another solid hit and we'll lose them. Phasers modulated, Takahashi called out. Maya didn't hesitate. Target their lead ship's drive core. Fire. The Defiance fired. A piercing beam lanced across space and struck the alien vessel dead center. At first, nothing. Then the Vorax ship convulsed, whole sections of its hull dimming. Direct hit, Vulov shouted. Drive core offline. The others are slowing, Okafor added. They look confused. We've breached their defense envelope. A tight smile played on Maya's lips. They're not used to being vulnerable, especially not to a species they deemed beneath them. She turned to Takahashi. What else can we exploit? Their tech is unlike ours, the science officer replied. They've fused biology with quantum systems, machines that evolve. But that fusion is also a liability. Disrupt one piece, and everything unravels. Just like our EMP affected them as much as their ship, Maya mused. Exactly, Takahashi said. We're still learning, but it's clear. Attacks on their tech can hit them physically. Their biology is their infrastructure. The tactical display beeped urgently. Captain, Vulov called out. Remaining Vorax ships are regrouping. They're shifting tactics. They're learning. Then so must we, Maya replied. She tapped her comm. Sing. That quantum entanglement drive. How can we break it? Her voice crackled through the ship's noisy engineering deck. If I'm right, their drives depend on pure quantum coherence. Disrupt the entanglement pattern and the whole system collapses. Can we generate that disruption? A beat of silence. Then, we'd have to modify the deflector dish into a scrambling emitter. But to work, we need to get within 100 kilometers. Too close, Vulov objected. They'd tear us apart before we got in range. Maya's eyes narrowed as she stared at the tactical readout. The Vorax ships were closing in, fast. They approached in formation, unaware of her ploy. Then she smiled, a predator's grin. Not if they believe we're already broken. She glanced around at her bridge crew. They expect us to flee, to run scared. They don't expect a counterstrike. So that's what we'll give them. The strategy was bold, maybe insane. The Defiance would mimic critical system failure, drifting like a crippled wreck. When the Vorax moved in to seize the ship, as they always had before, they would be met with Sing's quantum scramble field at zero range. All stations, prepare for combat, Maya commanded. This is going to be tough. The next 20 minutes ranked among the tensest in Maya's life. The Defiance drifted, its emergency systems flickering, life support fading. The deception was helped by actual battle damage. They're closing, Okafor reported softly. 3 ships entering. Capture range. Hold, Maya instructed, voice steady despite her pounding pulse. Wait for optimal strike distance. The crew stared silently as Vorax ships expanded on the screen, liquid metal hulls shifting into docking mode. They were preparing to board the seemingly helpless human vessel. Now sing, Maya ordered. The Defiance surged to life, every system lit at once. The deflector dish pulsed bright blue, emitting a surge of energy unlike anything seen before. The waves slammed into the Vorax fleet, their hulls twisting, fluid elegance collapsing into chaos. It's working, Takahashi shouted. The field is destabilizing their whole network. On screen, the lead Vorax ship folded into itself, parts flickering in and out of normal space, then locking into a broken form. The other 2 ships drifted erratically, clearly in disarray. Get us out! Maximum warp! Maya barked. The Defiance vanished into the stars, leaving the Vorax reeling behind them. But Maya felt no triumph. This was only the beginning. Set. Course for Earth, she instructed. This data goes straight to command. As stars streaked past, Maya reflected. The Vorax had made a fatal error. They'd seen humans as inferior, primitive, weak. They expected surrender or a doomed resistance, but instead they'd sparked what they didn't understand, human defiance in the face of annihilation. What they'd tried to wipe out had become the key to humanity's first victory. Dr. Takahashi stepped beside her. The data shows the Vorax Empire is vast, but fractured. Signs of rebellion from within, other species resisting them. Maya nodded. Then we find those species, form coalitions, prove that unity between different peoples is power, not control. And if the Vorax reject that? Takahashi asked softly. Maya's gaze turned to the stars now carrying them home to sound the alarm. Then we teach them what humanity's truly made of, she replied. We don't bend to tyrants, no matter how advanced they are, and we never ever quit. As the Defiance surged toward Earth with their warning and the tech that might turn the tide, Maya understood what lay ahead. This war would test humanity more than anything before. But she also knew the truth the Vorax would discover too late. Underestimating humans was often the last mistake their enemies ever made. The Vorax had offered extinction or submission. Humanity would forge a third path, just as it always had.